All right, so what we're gonna go over right now is one of my favorite hamstring stretches. This one's a little bit more involved and has several different parts, so make sure you follow along with the video and replicate it like that at home. So, classic hamstring stretch position, one leg's gonna go straight, you can bend the other leg just like so. And what we're gonna do here is try to keep your trunk upright. I don't wanna see any rounded backs. What you're gonna try to do is you're gonna try to lean forward as if somebody has a string, pulling your belly button forwards, okay? So I'm gonna lean forward, keeping my trunk nice and high. For me, I feel a stretch in my hamstring in the back of the thigh, right about here. So this is where I'm going to stay. I'd rate this about a 5 out of 10, kind of like a mid-level stretch, and I'm actually gonna hold this for an entire minute, okay? After 60 seconds has passed of being in this stretch position, what I'm going to do is I'm actually gonna focus on driving my heel down into the ground. And I'm gonna say at like 25% effort, and I'm gonna hold this for 10 seconds. Once I've reached 10 seconds, I'm gonna push down at 50% effort and hold for another 10 seconds. After that, I'm gonna push down harder at 75% effort, and I'm gonna hold for another 10 seconds. Once I finish that 10-second hold at 75% effort, I'm going to relax. And then what I'm going to try to do is imagine lifting my leg up off the ground using my quads and my core. So your leg's probably not going to lift off the ground, but the idea here is you're engaging your quads and your core and imagining trying to lift your foot up off the ground. You should feel some tension in your quads building, and you're gonna hold that for 10 seconds. And then you are going to relax. That is one rep of this stretch. Then what you're going to do is you're going to try to sink a little bit further into that stretch. Again, trying to keep fairly upright without folding over like a jackknife. So we're going to, again, hold here for a whole minute for 60 seconds. And after that, we're going to repeat the same sequence of pushing our heel down into the ground at about 25% effort, 50% and 75% effort, holding for 10 seconds at each of those levels. And again, after you finish your 75% effort, you're going to fully relax and you're going to engage your quads and your core, and you're going to try to imagine lifting that leg up off of the ground. And then fully relax and switch legs and repeat the exact same sequence. So you're going to try 2 reps of this per leg. So again, you'll have a 60-second stretch, and you're going to go through your levels of 25, 50, 75%, and then trying to lift all for 10 seconds, and you're going to repeat, okay? So this should take you at least 5, 6, 7 minutes for both legs total, okay? So it is a little bit more involved hamstring stretch, but the reason why I like this is because what you're doing is you're lengthening the tissue in a position, and you're holding here, so you've stretched out a little bit. Driving the heel down is actually going to activate your hamstrings, okay? So we are stretching but also activating to reinforce that new improved range of motion after stretching for a minute. And then lifting or imagining lifting with your quads and your core is actually strengthening the opposite side of the joint, which will further stretch out your hamstrings actually, because imagine your leg lifts up like this. Your hamstrings have to stretch to get your leg up into that position. So you're holding a static stretch, you're doing an isometric contraction into the floor, and then you're doing isometric contraction up off the floor to strengthen both sides of the joint to reinforce that full range of motion that you've just acquired. If you have any questions, drop them below in the comment section, but good luck.